What's up guys, it's Tom from Talking Fitness. Just getting a short video in at the beginning of the week. I just want to talk to you a little bit about kind of keeping it real and setting expectations around how training is going to go day to day. At some point I'm sure I'll talk to you about kind of like setting goals, because goals is not something that I particularly do. I'm more about kind of week to week, day to day, trying to make sure I'm getting kind of the best out of the time I've got in the gym. So what I want to do is I want to use an analogy of a pie, so like as in a pie that you'd eat. So I'm actually taking this from Alec Harwood at CrossFit Bath. He told me this many years ago when I was really struggling with a workout, and I've always remembered it, so I'm just going to talk to you about it. So what he described to me was, think about your day as a pie. That you have many commitments in your life, and each of those commitments takes a slice of that pie. So if you have a stressful day, that might take quite a big slice of pie. If you've got commitments like children, dependents that you need to look after, they're going to take some of your pie. They're going to take a slice of that. And you then look at like what you've got left. If you've kind of trained in the morning, that's going to take a slice of pie, and then you're going to try and train in the evening. That's going to be like kind of taking a looking to take a slice of pie as well. So look at the commitments you have in your life, look at the responsibilities you have that need to take some of that pie, and kind of like set expectations accordingly. If you've got a lot of things on, that is going to take time and effort out of your day, and you only have a finite size pie. So that's one of the things I try to do. I try to recognize, if I've got like loads of other things on, then I'm not going to be able to train as hard as I might if I've had like an easy day. So training on a Sunday afternoon, having done nothing all day, I'm going to have more kind of capacity to kind of give to my training. The other way of looking at it as well is that if you've got other commitments coming up, maybe think about how you kind of throw yourself into training. Do you kind of back out? Do you plan a training session accordingly, knowing that you've then got to go and take your kids swimming, knowing that you've then going out for dinner, going out for the day with a loved one, with a friend. If you're literally kind of like a zombie because you've just kind of like drained yourself completely in training, that ain't much fun for you, and it's definitely not fun for the people you're with. So kind of think about it that way as well. So yeah, that was kind of an analogy of kind of like setting expectations of what you can get out of your training based on the other commitments that you have. The other way of looking at it then is like the size of the pie, and that is kind of along the lines of like recovery. So if you want to get more out of your training, then think about trying to make that pie as big as possible. That's the other alternative to, because you might think, well, I'm going to try and reduce the other commitments, so try and reduce the size of the pie and for my job, for my childcare, for my family and friends, but that's not really realistic, is it? Because life goes on. So the other way of thinking about it is, so how can I try and make that pie as big as possible? And so that's when we start thinking about recovery, getting enough sleep, eating well, hydrating, prehab, mobility. All of those things can help try and make that kind of pie, as it were, as big as possible. And if you've not been doing that, if you've not been kind of looking after the ingredients, nurturing a decent sized pie, then how can you expect to be able to take a massive slice out for training? So just some food for thought. Really kind of something I've been telling myself today. I've had a really kind of like kind of busy, emotional kind of 4 or 5 days. So when I went to train tonight, my expectations were, you're going in, you're going to move. Don't try and kind of absolutely kind of kill yourself, because I know that I haven't got that to give, but moving was better than not moving. And so I got through the session, and I'm pleased with my contribution. So yeah, I hope you have a good week and some food for thought, or some pie for thought. Cheers.